evening, 8:30. Sun's getting low. The wind, you probably will be picking up some wind noise. The wind is quite strong. It's died down a little bit, but it's chilly. It's 21st of May. I shot off on the spur of the moment, come out Fairbrook Naze. The plan was to do 2 days, but Stella looks like she's got a limp. Don't know how that's happened. Let's have a look. Yep. Have to see how she is tomorrow. Otherwise, he'll be back. Let's have a look, Stella. What have you done to your leg? Is it jumping out the car, jumping off one of these rocks? I don't look too bad there. Oh, it's still stiff. See how she is in the morning. I don't want her limping everywhere. We're just tucked in away from the actual Fairbrook Naze toadstool and stones. As you see, we're in the hex free again. It's blown a bit, but it's nice and taut. I'll double check it before we settle down. Had to go down Fairbrook and get water, so we didn't get up here till about 7:30 in the end. As I say, it was just spur of the moment thing. I mean, if it weren't for the wind, it's a beautiful night. Because the wind's blowing all the haze away, it's crystal clear out here. I haven't seen a soul. Not a single person. We're the only crazy ones. As I say, it's quite chilly. I don't know if you're getting this. I don't know what the noise is like. There's Bleaklow in the distance, higher shelf. Bleaklow stones, Grinny stones, Barrow stones behind it. Outport Wall. What's this bit? I know this. Black Ashett Moor. Ashett Woods, or whatever it's called. Fairbrook going down here. And Seal Wedge. Northern side of Seal Wedge along there. So, as I say, see how Stella is tomorrow. I was going to make it a 2-a-dayer, but look, she's running around all right now. And there is a slight limp a minute ago. I don't know what it is. Is it tightness? Did she pull the muscle? I don't know. Oh, this is a bit boggy. I'm following the dogs. She's got a bit of a skip. Because we came up through Parkton Hayfield, came up past Kinder Reservoir and up Sandy O's, and that was a fun and a half. Carrying about 31 pounds between them two. I didn't measure it with the 1 litre of look, she's running alright now. I don't know, you can never figure out with dogs. One minute limping, 1 minute not. I haven't had a drink or anything yet. I thought I'd show you because time's flying by. As I say, Hex is getting buffeted a bit, but I'll tighten it up and taut it up. I'm sure I'm going to get a bit of noise tonight. They said it'll be 6 degrees and the winds would be 22 to 25, 22 to about 9 o'clock, and then after that it would settle down to about 13. This is gusts I'm on about, not this straight on wind. But I don't know, it's quite gusty. It goes through phases. I'll tell you how bad it is. My hands are cold and it's 21st of May. You can never guess, can you? I came up here last week, well not here but on Bleaklow, which is supposed to be colder, and I was warm. This week it's the opposite. I tell you, when we were down Fairbrook getting water down that clough, my God, the wind was coming down there. I didn't hang around. I couldn't wait to get all the water down, filtered and get straight up. As I say, time's just flown. It's such a beautiful area. If this wind would die down, it'd be absolutely gorgeous. But hey, you can't get it all, can you? Top of the Hex. I tried to use, I went all around here looking for little areas where I could hide away, and even when I'm crouched down, the wind is kind of gusting around and circling. It's supposed to be coming from that way, but I can guarantee it's coming from that way sometimes. Tonight, now it's coming from that way, but it's moving. So I tried everywhere. Even when we were down in that clough, as I was saying, it was windy. So standing out here, I can feel it, I'll tell you that. Luckily I've got my Rab Nebula. It's like a down jacket, but it's the synthetic one, or whatever they call it. I'll tell you what, it's such a cool jacket. But you'll probably get a lot of wind noise, I don't know. But I thought I'd show you before we settle down for a night, because I don't want to be out in this wind too long. I'm going to get a nice hot cup of coffee. I've got some rolls already made up, late lunch like. But yeah, the wind chill effect is kicking in. But yeah, we'll see. As I say, it was going to be 2, but I just noticed Stella with a limp. I don't know, she'd been following me. She's carrying a pack, but it's nothing. It looks bulky, but it's about 4 pounds. It's just 2 dog sleeping bags, so they weigh about 2 pounds each. The pack weighs hardly anything. It's like very light. Stella, leave that. So we'll see how she is in the morning. I don't want her suffering. So, as I say, it was just an excuse to get out. I was looking at it and I thought, should I, shouldn't I? And the weather forecast wasn't bad, but it seems like it's going to be a bit chilly tonight. Luckily I've got extras. I can sleep in my clothes. Normally I sleep in shorts and a shirt, but tonight I could sleep in my clothes, even with this Nebula on, and chuck on. I'll be lovely and warm. Dogs, I can chuck a what is it? Alpkit bivvy bag. I've got my coats I can chuck over them. There's a couple of other bits I can throw over them, but they'll be warm enough. I'm not worried about them being cold. And Stella gets a little jacket anyway. Right, I'm gonna have my dinner, coffee, and then have something to eat. I'm hungry. I'll catch you in a bit. Our boudoir. Hopefully it holds up. I'll double check everything. These should be good. They handle the wind good. Right, catch you later. Or in the morning, whichever comes first. The sun has gone. It's still chilly. Just checked the temperatures and the wind speeds on the Kestrel. It said the wind speed was 13, which they did predict. So, and it is nearly 9 o'clock. Oh, it's gone 9 o'clock. It's 9:15. So that's bang on. Temperature's 5. They said it was going to be 6 tonight, so it's already 5, so it's going to drop more. But with the wind chill, they said it was 2.4 degrees. That's why it feels chilly. It does. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of frost. That's what happens overnight. If the wind dies off, or if it stays like this. If it stays like this, we probably won't get a frost. But if it does chill out, calm down a bit, and we could get a frost tonight. I was sitting there a minute ago eating my cheese rolls. My hands were cold. I thought to myself, why didn't I bring my gloves today before I was packing? I went, do I need gloves? Nah, it's May, end of May. I don't need gloves. Last week I didn't even need half the gear I brought. This week I do need the gear, so I'm glad I brought out everything else. Hey, you two, calm down. I still don't know if she's got a limp. Look at her play. I mean, would you think she's got a limp the way she's running around? It is there, I can see it. But no, they seem okay. We'll see how she is in the morning. I tell you, we might be that cold and frozen in the morning. That was her just nosedive in the ground. Be careful. Oh dear. Do we have to do this every time? She just nosedived the ground. She completely stumped I don't know what it was. That was a front leg. I don't know what she was doing. But anyway, the sun's gone. It's going to get dark soon. I'm freezing. Dogs are absolutely crazy. And I think we're in for a cold night. The Hex Peak's doing really well. They say it deflects the wind, and it does. It's shimmering a bit, but I don't think we're going to get that much noise. Not enough. The wind really picks up. like it was earlier, like 30 miles an hour. She's ready to settle, she is. Right, we'll see what happens, what the plans are tomorrow. Oh, before I go, I was trying to cook in there out of the wind. Wherever I went, out of the way, the wind got me. So it's just swirling around. Right, from a frozen, God knows what it's like for them people that come up here in the winter. Oh, they must be crazy. 2 degrees, wind chill 2. I think that's more than cold enough for me. My age is showing. Right, I'm going. Sweet home. Sleepy dog with a jacket on. A naughty dog just dozing off. Should I bother him like it bothers me every time? It's 9.3 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it's not too bad. I've got extra bits I can chuck on the dogs if it gets chilly tonight or in the early hours. Stella's got a jacket on, as I say. I'm fine. I've got this quilts. From US, these are enlightened equipment. This goes down to about -6, -7 tonight. So plenty warm. Got a bit of rustling, as you can hear, because the wind's still blowing out there. As long as the pole stays up, that's all that matters. Yep, nice and solid. We should be fine. If not, then there's always mountain rescue, isn't there? Only joking. Don't joke about things like that. It's not good. Right, it is. Hold on. Can you see that? 21:53. I don't know if it's focusing on that. But that's what it is. So it's bedtime. See what Stella's like in the morning. See if that limp's okay. Otherwise it's going back home. Shame. That's life. She comes first. Well, the dogs come first. Right, night night everyone. See you in the morning. That's if we survive. Oh, morning. To be precise, it is 6 o'clock, bang on. No chance of getting a sunrise this morning. Right, what a night. Where do we start? Knocked it on the head last night about 9:51. It was blowing a hoolie then, it was chilly. The wind chill was terrible. Even though it was 7 degrees. Lovely views. Still chilly. Sunshine over there, look. Oh. Phone's working there, got a reception. Been trying to get a weather forecast. All night it blew, then about 11 minutes past 1, because I did manage to get a couple hours sleep, and then I woke up, it was still blowing, and then I was just lying there, ready, trying to find a comfortable spot to doze off again. And 11 minutes past 1, the wind just slowed down to about 3 or 4 miles an hour, and I thought, oh, brilliant. And I woke up later, and it was about 3, and there was no wind, even though it was forecast to carry on about 10, 18 mile an hour. So that was good. I woke up at 5. I thought, what's that noise? And I realised it's raining. It was throwing it down. Yeah, you wouldn't, now looking here now, you wouldn't even know. But it was. It's absolutely tipping it down. Then it stopped. And then, about half an hour after that, about 5:30, it started really throwing it down. It sounded like hail or something. So, went back to sleep. Now I just woke up at 6 o'clock and this is what I've got. So, I'm trying to figure out the weather's moving from left to right, so I'm just trying to figure out if it's going to be raining. It's still nippy. I'll check do a meter reading in a minute. It's quite chilly. It's a bit breezy up here, nothing like yesterday. But I'd like some of that yellow stuff over there called sun, all that stuff. Tent was brilliant. It rustles at the front because it doesn't have a tie in the middle tie on the middle panel, on the front door panel. I'm going to have to fix that because if there's a way of pinning the door panel down, if you get what I mean, it should have each quarter panel has a middle tie that you can peg down, which makes it stiffer, better setup, so the wind can't blow it. But the door panel doesn't have one. So that was rustling, so that was getting on my nerves. So I managed to find a way of kind of tying the pin across it and stopping it rustling so much. But inside, I was doing meter readings last night. A couple of things I wanted to do. I wanted to check out a pillow I got, and that worked brilliant. Having a pillow really makes a difference. Rebel, Stella. Oh, she is limping, isn't she? Hold on, let's have a look at that. I forgot about her. Anyway, I don't think the way it's looking, it's going to be weather for a second day. Shame. That's the way it goes. Some days, sometimes you get good ones up here, sometimes you get bad ones. Where was I? Oh, I was doing meter readings inside the tent, and it started off when we went in there inside the tent at 10 o'clock last night. It was 9.4 degrees, so it was a good 2 degrees warmer inside the tent than it was out, nearly 3 degrees. And then I checked all through the night when I woke up, just for a laugh, just to store the data, just to see how warm it is in there. And this morning when I woke up it was 11.3, and I tell you what, I don't feel 11.3 out here. It was like 5. But I don't know what the weather's doing anyway. So the aim of the game on this one is not pack up too quick, because you could be packing up and then get hit by more rain. So there's no rush to pack out. If we're going back, there's no rush to pack up. No one will be around, or very few people will be around when the weather's like this. So we can see if it's going to lighten up. You can see how Stella's leg goes. I mean, she's running around all right, but there is a limp. She does look a bit lame. Look at these two. Look at him. So, did I get much sleep? I reckon I got about 6 hours broken sleep. I was more interested in listening outside and making sure the dogs are warm, but they were fine. It's been one of the coldest nights. I mean, not inside the tent, but outside. I've been up here in decent weather, you know what I mean? I'd expect it in the winter, but oh god, this time of year. I'll do a meter reading in a minute. Right, I'm going to, I mean, even looking at the tent, it doesn't even look really wet, but it was throwing it down. I know tents, you know, when you're inside it always exaggerates the noise, but It was. Trust me, it was. But do you get what I mean? Like each panel here has got a middle. Yep. It's 5 to 7 and we're still back in the tent. It's raining. It's been blowing. We're getting the end of it now. I had to change a GoPro battery. It always dies when you don't expect it to die. So look at the room in here. Things we can chat about. I was sitting in a tent waiting for the rain to go. Imagine, this is a good tent for bad weather, because I could have fit another person here, not to sleep, but like, they'd have to sleep outside. But you could easily fit another person sitting in here now talking to me and the 2 dogs. Or I could have had another dog and that could have slept in. Because look, plenty of room for the dogs to sleep. And look, I'm sat up and my head's not touching. Maybe I've got my cap on. Touching probably this side. And plenty of ventilation, so you don't get no condensation. And like now, in a minute, I'm going to start bagging up in a minute, waiting for this weather to go. But there's a chaos in here at the moment. But it gives you plenty of room to bag up without even getting wet. And if you're really, really clever, you can take down the inner and unpeg it, because I've got it separate pegs on the inner. I know it adds weight, but hey, come on. We can get stupid, can't we? I'd rather a rigid setup than kind of playing around and twiddling around with extra, with the same pegs. So I could take down the inner and still have the outer up, and then we'd have even more room. So it's a good setup, you know what I mean, for this kind of condition. And as I say, it's been raining since off and on since 5 this morning, and we've not had a drop in here, or no signs any. Well, the grouse are up at last. Even they weren't getting up a minute. But fed the dogs. I've had coffee and protein bars. I've got to do normal things like brush teeth, change. Pack all this lot up. I don't want to be walking in the rain. Wow. Good job in a way Dad has got a limp, because otherwise I feel like a wimp kind of copping out when it's raining. But it's not nice fun, is it, when it's pouring down all day, off and on, especially when you're on the moors. So we came, we conquered slightly, and now we're wimping out due to Stella's limpy leg. That's my excuse I'm keeping with. But apart from that, I can't really film much. Nothing really to film out there except rain. So I just thought I'd show you the setup inside, because I always show it at night. What else can I talk about my setup in here? No condensation, as I told you. It's the mesh starts there, which is nice, so you've got no chance of drafts. I love the way when it's set up right, like so, you've got like a little wall all the way around. Again, that stops drafts. And I haven't felt any drafts since I've been in here. These little toggles in here are for clipping on the inside of the fly. But I've got the old Go Light Hex, which is like an antique, and that doesn't have the attachments. I could try and fit it myself, but I don't want to start weakening it. I mean, this Go Light Hex outside fly is probably nearly 20 years old, so I don't want to start messing with that. But if I ever get my hands on a Wickie up, this will clip to a Wickie. This is the Wickie, isn't it? I've got underneath here, I've got the original Go Light Hex, what do they call it? I can't remember what I was calling it, inner, I think, on the last video. It's actual ground sheet, so you could, in theory, not use this inner and just use the ground sheet with the fly. But it'd be draftier and chillier, especially. I mean, our UK summers are typical like this normally, and they can get drafty and cold, especially when the winds pick up. So yes, you could put BB bags, but then I'd have to carry extra bits for the dogs to make sure they're warmer. So in the end, you defeat the object of kind of trying to lose weight. So you might as well have the inner, have the extra wall for comfort, stop the drafts, and I don't know how much it weighs. Altogether it's weighing something like £5, which is not lightweight as such, and that's including the pole, the original pole that came with it. I could do that with trekking poles, but again, with the dogs and the trekking poles, they're lighter. The dogs could easily kick one of them out because you have to use an adapter. I'd rather something strong and sturdy like this is, that I put the gear here to protect it so that he doesn't hit it. It's going to be him if anyone hits it. And that rain's getting heavier, isn't it? Yeah. So that's why I choose what I choose. I go for lightness on some things, like on packs and other things I can cut down on. You know, like I do like a sleeping quilt rather than a sleeping bag. One, it's lighter, but two, it's more fun. You know what I mean? At night, you're not kind of constricted inside a sleeping bag. So there is some things I chip down on weight, but excuse me. See, I'm getting cold. In general, I don't go for the £40. I go for like the 28 to £30 systems, and that seems to work with me. If I start cutting it down less than say £25, then I'm chipping on the dogs or skipping on things for myself. So I don't want to go that way. I was telling you, stay there, you two. I was telling you about this fly last night making noise. I'll show you what I mean. See that one? That's the one that doesn't have a tie in the middle. I'm going to have to get some kind of attachment so I can actually clip it to the fly and stop that flapping. Because when the winds pick up, that's the panel that flaps. Lie down. You're not going out in the rain. You'll get soaked. As soon as I open it. And I tell you what, you feel the difference as soon as I open that inner. Now I've closed it, no draft at all. So this is doing its job. But I don't know how long we're sat here today. Could be a long day. The aim is not to get wet, but if this carries on for another hour or so, then I'll have to pack up and we'll have to make a run for it. But it's going to be a good 3-4 hours in the rain, which is not going to be fun. It's enough fun for anyone. I'd like a weather forecast. Right, I better go. Because all I'm doing is yapping and showing you things that you've seen about 20 times in the last 10 minutes. Stella's happy. Rebel's happy. They've been fed, so they're okay, and they've done what they've had to do. I've eaten. All I've got to do is just do normal stuff. I'll start packing some of the kit. I'll leave the dog blanket, sleeping bags down. These, in theory, fold over, double over, so you could actually tuck the dogs in really cold weather. I haven't tried it yet because they like to stretch out. And you get pads for these. They slip inside the quilt. So in the colder weather, you can actually use a pad. So it's protection from the ground. So that's them sorted. So I'm just rabbiting here, aren't I? But I tell you what, if I do go, the Go Light Hex, it might be 20 years old, and it didn't really cost that much even in its day. I think it was something like, I think in America it was $275, say 300 to be fair, which in these days is not much at all. I see the Wiki up and some others that have been going in recently, they were like £400 and £500 setups. But the Go Light Hex, 20 years old, still outshines a lot of the modern gear. Which is embarrassing really when you think about it, isn't it? If this had tie-outs, which the later model did, and if I had a centre tie-out on that outside fly, I can't really see any weaknesses in it. I hear people complain about condensation. I think in any tent, when the weather's like this and the ground is getting wet, or you've pitched on damp ground, you're going to get condensation because the heat from your bodies is just going to draw it out of the ground because you're lying in here in this area. So you're creating a heat vacuum, like. So you're sucking all that heat and drawing all the moisture up. So I think you're going to get it in any shelter, to be honest. Because I found that when I pitch on a really dry day, even in this or whatever, not a bit of condensation unless the weather suddenly drops. But it's just, I see a lot of people complain about condensation, and I think it's if you pitch on damp ground or like somewhere where it's boggy or marshy or heathery or whatever, you're always going to get out condensation. Doesn't matter. I've had tarps where I've had the open front, wide open, the wind's been blown in, and that night I've slept there freezing. Next morning I woke up and I've still got condensation on the inside of the tarp, even though I've had a great big opening. So it is never going to change. That's the saying, the Hex, 20 years old. It's a brilliant piece of kit. I've had it in the cupboard all this time because I didn't have an inner, and I hate the bugs, you know, like the midges. Oh, they're dry. I can't stand it. I ain't got no patience. So I saw these Quickie inners and I thought, I wonder if they'll fit. And I was checking the dimensions one day and they're more or less bang on. So I thought, I'll give it a go. And boy, does it work. Look at the gap you've got between the fly and the inner. It's brilliant. So you're not going to get no touching. If you pitch it taut, there's no way, unless the winds really get strong and force them panels in, that you're going to get any touching. And even then, it's going to touch somewhere right here, which should, in theory, hold the damp. It's not like up there, whereas if that was meshed down here, you'd start feeling the damp through it. Oh dear, it's going to be one of them days. I tried to get some reception on my phone a minute ago, just get a weather forecast. Okay, now I get it. I'll try again in a minute. Sometimes you can be lying on the ground and get a better reception than if you're standing on a rock. Oh, we could be here for a couple of hours. I don't mind if as long as we don't get wet. I don't want to be walking in this. So even though Stella's got a wonky rear leg, bit of a limp, I don't think we'll be making a 2-dayer out of this anyway. No point getting soaked for say 10 hours through the day and then pitching at night and then having a cold night. All you do is feel miserable. Look at him, cleans every spot. Some of the spots you do want to say. Right, I'm going because I'm just yapping. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully things get better. Oh, still chilly. 8:45. That over there is just what's hit us. This is coming towards us, so this is the window I'm aiming for. So I'm just waiting just in case any of this last bit's gonna start throwing it down, because it'd be stupid to leave that alone, you two. Stupid to get the tent down where we got shelter and warmth. See, like there, that looks a little bit blustery. Up here it can get kind of wispy. You can see it all falling on the moors over there. So I'm not in no rush. The aim of the game is stay dry. So it rained. I started backing up my air mattress and my quilt. Excuse me, just been drinking. I should have just crashed out for about, see, it's getting brighter over there. I should have crashed out for a good hour and just relaxed. But look at that haze over there. So we have got a window about an hour or 2 hours. But I don't know much longer after that. So I'm looking at all that. Don't know if you can see it from here. The cloud over Manchester. That's coming this way. So the aim of the game is make sure that's blown over, which I think it has, and make a break for it, which I think we're going to do. I was thinking a minute ago, we'll be staying here today. Very chilly, very windy still. Nothing like yesterday. It's a good 15, maybe 18, and sometimes maybe hitting 20. But miles per hour that is. But it's the wind chill that gets you. Yeah, we've got a gap there. All we need is about 3 hours. And we'll be fine, we'll be back. I'm not going to push it, but at least we'll be near the car if it starts raining. The further lower down we get, there's more chance to find some shelters. Even if it's under rocks, under trees, and jumping. There's no rush, get back. As I say, the plan was to go over that way and go out at Portmore and go up to Bleaklow, but I don't think with this weather today. I think it's going to be a day of showers and very whispery wind and gusts and wind chill. So hey, I've had some great wild cubs. Rebel and Stella, leave that alone. So I'm not going to complain. Right, I'll let you know what's happening when we've bagged that. I think we'll make a break for that. 9:30. Bit late, but look how quick it's changed. I mean, you've still got the rain over there, but we've got a nice break here. Still windy, but that's where we were. I cannot believe I always pitch when there's a lump. I'm terrible. One of the worst pitches. I don't know who. That was the dogs, I think. No, it was that. So that was in the middle of us. Thank God. Otherwise, one of us would have had a bad night, wouldn't we? As I say, it has warmed up. No panic. Back in the gear. Nothing left. No trace, as you can see. No mess. No rubbish. Nothing like that. Rebel, Stella, leave. Give me one last look around. I'm actually back into just short sleeve. I did put a coat on, but I was getting warm. I haven't even looked at Stella. So if she's limping or if she's not. It was tempting to do a second one, but I don't know. Might be pushing my luck today. I still think there's a lot of rain over there coming this way. I just think we've got a nice big break here. It's a day of showers, I think. They're definitely over there. Don't know if you can see them. So I haven't even checked Stella, as I say. But lovely views again because of the strong wind. It's blowing any haze away. So I mean, you can see Grinny Stones, Bleaklow Stones. I can even see the Snake Road there. I mean, some days you can't even see that far, even when it's sunny, because it's kind of a real haze. So you can see where we're pitching now. I don't know if you can just see the top of the pack. So we're in that kind of cul-de-sac lot. I've used it before. It always works, and it didn't do a bad job last night. So I'm quite happy with that, even though the wind seems to be coming from that way later on. I don't understand that. Yeah, it's all raining over there at the moment. You can see it all coming down. So now we're going to use this. I did see Stella. Rebel, stop eating that rubbish. I did see Stella limp. Let's have a look and see what she's like now. Where's Stella? Oh. Go to the back, Stella. Go. Go. Oh, she don't look too bad. Oh, there is a limp. Not much, but there is one. I see it on the rear left. No, we've had good. Hey, we can never complain. We've had some brilliant days up here. Just watching her now. She don't look bad now. I don't know whether. As soon as she starts walking, she'll probably be bad. You know what they say, if in doubt, don't push it. She was definitely limping earlier yesterday. Go on, let's go for a walk, let's see what you like. Let's go this way, we've been this way. I just want to see how she is. she's limping on that rear left. I think it's there. I don't know if she's walked it off or what. Rebel! Don't chase no birds. It's supposed to be a good dog. As I say, I'm just checking on her. I could easily clear off now. Ah, I just saw her limp then. Yeah, every now and then she's carrying it. It's not bad, but if I carried on using her today, she probably would get bad. She's got a carry pack, even though it's on the shoulders. No, we'll call it a day. It's been fun. Right, no problems. Yeah, I've just seen it carrying it. I don't want to aggravate him more. A couple of days rest and she'll be fine. Push it and it's stupid. Him, he's a different kind of thing. Here you! You go for it. I tell you what, it's actually warm now. Can you believe that? Oh dear, I've got bees around, so it must be getting warm. Good spot that. I do like it. I've used it before because I've got the rocks normally to have a good vantage point. Got this cul-de-sac. Normally the wind's coming from over that way, so when you've got a tent there, you're normally pretty sheltered. And to be honest, yes, we all want views, but the main thing is you want some sleep at night. Rebel! He's been eating rubbish again. Right, we'll call it a day here. It's been fun. Anyway, yeah, you've seen me walk on the north edge before, so I'm not going to start filming that and repeating everything again. This was just a spur of the moment wild camp, so I didn't expect. The second day I wanted to do the filming when I was going out. Yes, you. So I'm just looking around. Rebel, enough. Eats rubbish and then he's sick. So as I say, we'll call it a day here, even though I'm walking on the northern edge and then down Sandy Ace. So short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed it. It was different. Nothing goes to plan, does it? But hey, still had a nice time. It doesn't matter if you have 10-minute Rebel, leave it. Doesn't matter if you have a 10-minute break or it's not a competition. It's all about having fun, enjoying it, and feeling better at the end of the day. And looking after your dogs if you've got dogs. And I don't want her limping. Right, I'm going. Thanks for watching. Until next time, God knows when that'll be. Rebel, leave it. I'm gonna kill him.